Hello, all my fire babies, and welcome. I am going to do your weekly relationship reading. I'm going to start right now. Now, as always, if you have not already done so, go ahead while you're here, click that subscribe button and make sure you ting that bell so you're notified when I go live or when I upload new videos. Okay, now I have already prayed over these cards and we are just going to go ahead and start. And this is the Rider-Waite deck. And this card is just going to give us the overall gist when it comes to our relationships this week. And it is the Fool. And the Fool is telling you to just jump in and go forward with faith when it comes to your relationships this week. You may be starting things, something may be coming to an end, but you're starting things and it is really something that you've been looking forward to, and you're just going to go for it. You're just going to jump in with both feet with your relationships when it comes to this next week. Now, this first card is how you feel about your relationships right now, and what you are leaving behind when it comes to your relationships. What may be blocking you with your relationships. What is coming this week for your relationships. What you can do to improve your relationships. And this last card is the general overall advice for you for the week when it comes to your relationships. And I'm going to just deal out real quick these clarifying cards and we'll get going here. Now, for those of you that may want a in-person or Skype personal reading with me, you can go to astrologyoils.com and you can book an appointment with me there, and I'll be more than happy to help you with that. Now, the first card, how you feel about your relationships this week. Okay, you're feeling like things are just beginning to come together for you. You're really starting to see the big picture when it comes to your relationships. But you're having some difficulty with navigating all the emotions when it comes to relationships this week. And the Five of Water just wants to remind you that you can navigate these quite easily. Just use your passion and your intellect to get through all of any negative energy that may be coming into your relationships this week. And Temperance is coming in here to also remind you that with your relationships this week, everything in moderation. Don't overdo things. Don't over-exaggerate things. Don't get too involved with one person over another, or if you end up in an argument, walk away before things get too bad, and so you don't end up hurting that relationship. So everything in moderation. Just keep an eye out for things that are going a little bit too far or excessive when it comes to your relationships this week. Now, what are you leaving behind? And you're leaving behind any indecision you may have had with your relationships in the coming week. You are really looking forward to moving things along. There may be one relationship in particular, or maybe it's just your relationships in general. And then you have the Wisdom card coming in here that is basically backing up the Five of Water over here. You need to balance your emotions and your intellect to come to the absolute truth of any matter when it comes to your relationships this week. And you're going to have some help with that. The Knight of Swords is coming in here, And this energy is someone who's going to give you information about the people that you are involved in, that will help you along the way with your relationships. Now, card number 3, what may be blocking you? Okay, you've got fears, you've got regrets, you've got overthinking going on here. The Nine of Swords is telling you to put it all down. It's just your mind running away with you. Whatever you're thinking about certain relationships may be wrong. So don't overanalyze, don't overthink. You're just going to make things worse for yourself, because it's just going to really drive you insane this week if you don't get a check on your mind and where it's going. Get the facts before letting your mind run away with you. And when you do, there's going to be healing offered to you, either physically, emotionally, or intellectually. The healing is going to be there for you. It may be painful because you're going to have to, all healing is painful. Even if you have a cut on your finger, it's going to hurt for a few days before you get to the point where it's healed enough where it doesn't bother you anymore. So there is going to be healing when it comes to this overthinking and whatever relationships maybe that in any relationships that you are being blocked with this energy. And then you have the Seven of Pentacles coming in, saying that yes, once you get past this block and you go through this healing, you're going to be looking forward into the future, and you're going to be enjoying what you see. You're going to be reaping your rewards from that. You're going to be harvesting all of that good energy, and you're going to be really making some progress when it comes to your relationships. But it's also telling you to take note of what happened so you can remember and appreciate how you solve these problems with these people. So you can, again, in the future, if you need that, you can have that information and you'll remember how you dealt with those situations and it came out good for you. Now, what is coming in for your relationships? And this is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is saying that you are starting to see some early successes here. You're going to see some things improve with your relationships. They're not going to be huge improvements. Everything in moderation, and everything will run its course, and you will start to see things turn around with your relationships, because you are learning how to use your power, your intellect, your resources, your emotions, and put it all together and deal with the situations that come up in your relationships. And some of those situations are going to be that this is the Seven of Swords, and Seven of Swords is telling you that somebody may be hiding something from you, or somebody may be stealing from you. So when it comes to your relationships, make sure that you are asking the right questions. Make sure that you are really paying attention to people and their reactions when you ask them questions, because that way you can catch them in a lie. You can tell if they're lying, and use all of this energy here. Even if you have to think of things in different ways and ask different questions of different people in order to find out just exactly who's hiding or lying to you. But at some point you're going to have to look out for a little bit of deviousness going on with your relationships this week. But what you can do to improve things is to leave behind those that aren't doing anything for your life. Leave behind what's not serving you. There's a couple of relationships, a couple of few relationships that are just bringing you down. You're done with it. You're going to leave it behind. You're looking towards the future when it comes to your relationships, especially when you look at your money reading for this week. Your money reading was really fantastic. So don't forget to go over, if you haven't already done so, and watch that money reading, because this reading goes hand in hand with your money reading, because it's all about communication here, and your relationships are going to have a lot to do with your money this week. So whatever isn't working for you this week, get rid of it, because it may affect all of that good that's coming in your financial situation. The Three of Wands is telling you to look towards the future. Leave it all behind. Drop it. It's already served its purpose. Those people have already served their purpose, and they're not helping you in any way, shape, or form. They're just going to hinder you. So just move on. And of course, here comes the Maiden of Air, and just again pushing the communication issue. She wants you to have happy, spontaneous communications with people that are going to improve your life, not those that are going to hold you down. And once you learn how to do that, you're just going to have to sit back and relax, drink a cup of coffee, put your feet up, because you've done the work, and those relationships, either the ones that are not serving you will be gone, and you'll be able to just breathe a breath of fresh air, and you'll be able to move past that, and your new relationships will start to flourish. So again, it is right along with your money reading. Your relationship reading is saying the same thing. Communication is going to be a big thing when it comes to this week, coming up this week. And the overall general advice is to look at new beginnings. Look at what you really want in your life. This is the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is the one that goes around looking at gathering all the information on what they really want to do in their life from now on. And when it comes to your relationships, you're going to want to gather all that information about all those people and see which ones are really going to be there to improve your life and which ones are just there to wreak havoc or cause drama. And in comes the Ten of Water. And the Ten of Water is the other world, and it's telling you that there is somebody that you need to communicate with, because you've let a wall or the fog gather in between you and that person, and you really need to get a hold of that person and work things out. So there's at least one relationship that you don't want to leave behind, but the rest that aren't serving you, let go of. But there is one that is really important to you. Maybe it is a parent, a sibling, maybe somebody that you're related to, or it could also be somebody that has already passed that you're constantly thinking about. And if that's the case, my suggestion is to write them a letter. Sit down and really write a letter and think about everything you would have said to this person if they were still here. And once you're done writing it, go outside, burn it, with the intention of healing energy. And a lot of times that will help you get past whatever communication issue you had with that person. And then you have the Cave of Wands coming in to tell you to explore your power and your intellect when it comes to your relationships. Now, you know what you want out of your relationships. You know what type of people you want in your life. Don't be afraid to stand up and really learn how to bring people in, and also ask people to leave your little world because they're not helping you and they're really a drain on you. That's one lesson that I had to learn the hard way, and to make it easier on you, if there's someone like that in your life, being straight up and forward with them is the best way to do it. Even if it may be painful for you, painful for them, a lot of times that is the best way to do it, and just make a clean cut. Now, I hope you guys have enjoyed that reading. Don't forget to go watch your weekly fire money reading. That was a really good reading for you guys, and we'll tie right in with this. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.